Alrighty. So I see we have two people in the room. Can somebody confirm if they can hear me on this microphone? So there's a chat window. If anyone can just confirm that they're getting this audio. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Can you guys hear on this mic?
What's going on, guys? I talked with Kyle last night. He called me at like 6:30, and we talked about.
So we're gonna get started shortly. I just want to make sure everyone can hear.
But I guess that didn't happen.
Can someone put into the chats to the right,
We'll see on Monday.
saying if they can hear, and then we'll get started.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just worried about not, being able to get the water out and just having a leftover pile up and pile up. Which, I mean, I talked to the guy Jerry, and I told him that I'd call him if I needed to put a stop on order, so we can at least slow them down. Cool. It's you like that color? How about that color?
Testing. Can you guys hear?
Yeah, it's a
Okay. Okay, thanks, Peter. Okay, so let's just get started. Thank you guys for checking out. This is our Uber 101 webinar. So this is an intro presentation to Uber, so you guys can watch remotely. I'm definitely going to get through the necessities that you guys need to know, and we can hold off on the questions until the end. We'll go through. I'll answer any general questions. You can just put them right in chat, and we'll go through those. So let's just get started now. So I'm going to give you guys some tips for the road, how to get the best ratings, and ways to earn the most money. So these are two important links that you're going to want to write down or save. The first one is your Connecticut homepage. That's going to be uber.com/drive/Connecticut. So on this is going to be all your Connecticut info. If you want to come see us in person, we have a schedule there. If you want to check out what your vehicle classifies for, that's going to be found there as well as perks and other features. So definitely explore this Connecticut site. The second is your homepage. You guys now all have a homepage as partners. It's going to be partners.uber.com, separate than the app, but you can access features such as payment statements, tax info when tax season comes around, as well as a few rewards. So those are definitely two sites to check out, two links. Okay, so here you can see a screen of a shot of the app. So you should all be able to access or sign into this part of the app so far. And then you can see that this screen, it says go offline, so you know you're online. So when you're online, we want you in the car ready to pick up customers. they'll get an ETA, so you should be in the car ready to go. But that's going to be the difference. So you can always be signed in, but then you're going to want to be online or offline. Online when you're ready to work. All right, so we've got some tips for the road for you. I'm going to go through a few of the most important ones. So definitely if you're starting out and maybe you're a little hesitant to get on the road, we like to say start where start near your home, near your work. This way you're not going to rely on the GPS as much. You're going to be able to point out a few landmarks and just feel more comfortable with the area. We also say Sunday trips are good to start off with, just because Sunday tends to be a slower day than most typical work days. Oh, it's lagging a little bit. Yeah, it is. Okay. Let's see. Is it still lagging for everybody?
Cool. All right, I'll see you guys later.
Yeah, it's definitely looks like something's going on.
All right, bye.
All right, so I'm just going to continue on.
4 o'clock.
Oh, sorry.
4. You see?
So we always say be the driver you want yourself. So a lot of people ask me what you should wear out there, and the answer really is, what would you want a driver to be wearing? You don't need to be in suit and tie, but you don't want to roll out of bed being all disheveled and expect to get much good feedback that way. Different than a taxi, you can share your personality, have fun with this. It's different. This is your own business. Stay positive out there. We can fix anything on the back end. So, no one wants to hop getting a ride in a car and the driver is already upset about something, So that's not going to be. So accountability, don't hide mistakes. 90% of the time, the customers are only paying attention to maybe their phone or they're reading a book or a magazine. But 10% of the time, they're going to know if you make that a wrong mistake. But really quick apologies go far in this business. Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone's human. So please just be accountable for these mistakes and just know that we can fix them on the back end. All right, so skipping ahead, just be a neat freak out there. Please take a seat in the back seat before you get started. Constant interruption. Let me see. Okay. Same here. I tried. Is it working for you now, Matt? Nice. Okay, yeah, it should be live now. Just a lot going on. The screen's been. Can you hear the audio? All right, so hopefully the screen will fix itself, but let's see. Hopefully you guys can still hear. It looks like it's refreshing now. But if you haven't used Uber as a customer, it's good to check it out as a customer as well. That way you've used it on that end and you've used it as a driver. So that's another suggestion we can make. So let's talk quickly about the rating system.
Yes. But it's all for one car. Yeah. All right,
Yeah, okay.
We'll make one that says delivery and one that says.
So the rating system, you guys are asked to give ratings to every customer, and the customers have the option to give you guys ratings. But just know that our top guys get rated about 90% of the time, and that's just because people can't wait to go out of their way to give good feedback. So if someone leaves their car and they don't remember your name, chances are they're not going to leave you a 5-star. The ratings are going to fluctuate throughout the first 100 trips, and that's just because it's an average. The 6-star. Yeah, the 6-star award. It is a feature that we give out if you're one of our real top guys, and that can come with a bunch of perks and all that. So yeah, the 6-star. So let's talk about vehicle class. So UberX is your typical 4-door vehicle. Right now, it can be 2002 or newer, and that's going to be the most requested ride in Connecticut. If you can fit more than 5 or more passengers, you can do XL. You'll still be an UberX driver, but you can accept XL trips as well. And below those, we have a premium service, which we now offer to our highly rated UberX drivers with premium vehicles. So you can find the list of the premium vehicles on the Connecticut site. So check that out after this. Maybe you have a premium vehicle. The way that works is if you can keep after 25 trips, keep a rating above 4.7, you will get a few premium trips sprinkled in there with your UberX. So, moving on. So you guys get paid direct deposit weekly. The work week is considered Monday through Monday, and we direct deposit 4 a.m. on Monday, and you will receive it either Wednesday or Thursday, depending on your bank. This is the pay structure. Currently, it's a $1.75 base fare, $1.10 every mile, and 16 cents a minute. You take 75% of every fare that you do. So a few other ways to earn while driving with Uber are referrals. So you all have referral codes now that you're partners. Right in the app, if you go to the earnings tab, you can go to invites, and you can send out this code to family members, friends, coworkers, etc. And if they apply using your code, you will get $150 once they reach their 50th trip. But just make sure that code's in there because we can't apply it retroactively. It needs to be in as soon as they apply. So contacts is one way. You can also email the code out or share it on social media. But even if they apply on the application page, there's an option to put a link in or a code in there, and that needs to be in. All right, so this is what the application page would look like, where you need to put in that referral code. We can also refer riders, so we want to keep this business going, obviously. So if no one's ever used the Uber app or never taken a ride with it, they can have it downloaded. You can refer them as well. And if they use your code and take a first ride with us, they'll get a free first trip up to $20, and you'll get $5 automatically. Doesn't matter who gives the trip. You don't have to give the ride as long as your code's in there. So you could get a stack of these cards at t.uber.com/cards. And I'll be putting most of these links in to the chat as soon as we're finishing up, as well as you guys can ask any questions. I'll answer them for you. But you could even get those cards, leave a stack at a restaurant or a bar, or hand them out at concerts. Very good ways to share. So let's get that. So where do you get the most rides? Really, you just want to stay where the people are. We like to say morning commutes, 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. are always good, always busy. And then you have the afternoon commute, which would be 4 p.m. to about 7 p.m. Yeah, so someone just asked a question. I'll answer. So hold on to the questions. We'll get to the end. But let me just put this link in right here. That's the. Okay. So concerts, train stations, airports, sporting events, these are all places to find the most rides. And the busiest times of the week tend to be Thursday nights, Friday nights, Saturdays, and Sundays. So, surge pricing is when we have a higher demand for rides than we have drivers in the area. So, if you see this orange screen when you're looking at your map, when you're online or even offline, you'll see orange to red coloring. And these are surge areas, which will pay higher fares. So, you can see here on this map, if you zoom in, this was up in Hartford, you can see that it says 2.0. So we're going to multiply the whole fare by 2.0 if that trip starts in that surge area. So surge can be caused by weather, such as rain, snow, cold, wind, but as well as events, concerts, sporting events. When the bars get out at 2 a.m. Friday, Saturday night, that tends to surge. So you do have the ability to get a trip on a trip, but this will only happen if your drop-off is close enough to a pickup request. So you always want to ask the current customer if this is their final destination. If it's not their final destination, ignore the new trip, let it go, keep driving. Maybe they're just picking up a friend. They can make as many stops as they want. But if you are if they are getting out, you have a trip waiting for you if you answer that. So it will pop up top third of the screen. You'll be able to see that. So don't be afraid to when you see a trip on a trip. So as you can see here, you complete the first one. As long as you've accepted that second one, as soon as you give them the rating, the new trip pops up. You can also set a destination twice a day, up to 60 miles. So when you set a destination, you'll only get trips heading towards that destination. So if you need to get to work, say you work in New Haven and you live in Stanford, you would want to set that destination for New Haven, and while you're commuting to work, there's possibility of you getting a trip on the way. So it won't take you where you're not trying to be. So that's a very cool feature to check out, but only twice a day, up to 60 miles. You guys all have access to ad-free Pandora right through the app. So just go through your account settings and go to the music, and it will allow you to play ad-free Pandora, which is a very cool feature with Uber. You will have access to a fuel card after you complete 100 trips. So if you complete 100 trips, go to your partners.uber.com, and you can apply for this fuel card. We'll send it to you. You can activate it right on the dashboard, partners.uber.com. And when you use it at participating gas stations that accept MasterCard, you'll get up to 15 cents off every gallon of gas. So you won't show the savings at the pump, but you can always track your status right on your homepage, your dashboard. We do have an instant pay option, so check that out as well, where you can transfer your money up to 5 times daily to either a GoBank card or a debit card. So you can work, get some earnings, and then transfer it out the same day, which is cool. If you're interested, as well as delivering customers, you can deliver food to customers as well. We have Uber Eats in Connecticut now. It's a very cool service that restaurants use to get food out to their customers using Uber drivers. So send us a message if you're interested, and we'll get you on the Uber Eats. So you guys can find support 24/7. So if it's ever an issue with a trip, you're going to want to go to earnings, trip history, and find the trip that it was. And at the bottom, there's help option. We have tons of options in that help, whether it's someone lost an item, whether you want to check if you got paid enough. It's all through the trip history. That way we can sync it up. We know what trip you're talking about. We're going to be more helpful. We also, like I mentioned in the beginning, we have office hours, Monday through Friday, 11 to 4. We're in Stamford, West Haven, as well as Hartford. If it's just a general question, you just want to go to your account, help, and streamline an issue that way. So Uber 48 is the idea that if you guys can get out, well, as soon as you get active, within 48 hours, you're going to be more productive. Take this info that I can give you guys tonight and go out there, do a trip. And even if you make some mistakes, we can fix them. We can learn from that. You guys can come see us. We'll be in Stamford on Monday if you want to come 11 to 4. And we'll talk about those trips. But it's this quicker you can do it, even if you're a little hesitant, the better off you're going to be. Cool. So getting to the end here, we've got some popular questions for Connecticut. So one of the really popular questions is, can you work in other states? And the answer is yes, you can. So obviously you can pick up anywhere in Connecticut. You can also pick up in Massachusetts, New Jersey, and Rhode Island. So another big point to make is you can drop off anywhere, but you cannot pick up in New York without a TLC license. So drop off anywhere as long as they start in those 4 states. You can pick up at airports, but we like to caution to be careful where you park. Do not get into taxi lines. You aren't considered taxi drivers, so be careful with that. Hopefully you guys can all start driving tonight. It's Friday night. It's cold out there. There's going to be tons of people taking Ubers around. So one of the big questions we get sometimes is, so what if someone spills in my car? What if I'm driving late at night and someone gets sick? So that's fine. We're gonna charge it to that customer as long as you can take photos of the mess. Go get it cleaned. We need at least 2 good photos. Keep the receipt when you get it cleaned, and we can charge them up to $150 because you're gonna miss out on some time. And you're gonna report that right through the trip history. So go to the trip it was and request a cleaning fee as an option. So how about tolls? So we do reimburse tolls, but we're going to only reimburse the E-ZPass price. So we highly suggest having an E-ZPass ready to go. As soon as you use it, we put that price right onto the fare. So it's like you're paid back immediately. Child seats, be very cautious. Do not give rides to small children without a child seat. No matter how much the fare is going to be, it's not going to be worth if there's ever an accident and a child's in your car. So please, please, please be very careful. So insurance, we do have you covered. So there's a lot of talk out there that we don't have you guys covered. Couldn't be further from the truth. We have a commercial policy. So as soon as you're online with us, it bumps up to $100,000 total and $25,000 property, $50,000 injury. But as soon as you're accepted a trip or you've began the trip, it bumps up to $1 million liability coverage. So we have a $1,000 deductible, but God forbid anything happens, we can fix up to $1 million in damage. So as soon as you're online, we have you covered. You'll never have to go through your own insurance. So here's some ways to stay connected with us. So obviously the Connecticut site, there's also help.uber.com. The office hours are top right, so definitely take a peek at those. It's all going to be on the website. But right now I can just open it up to general questions. So I can sit here as long as you guys have questions. Please just put them in the chat box. I'll read them aloud and we'll get them answered for you. I hope I was helpful with this presentation. We want to get you guys on the road, keep you guys making money, keep you guys happy. So who's got a question? You could just throw it right into the chat room, the chat box. So, yep, any general questions, anything that I may not have covered for you, we can just type it, please, in the chat room, and I'll answer it for you. Hopefully it's not lagging too bad. I'm also just going to put a few helpful links in there. I'm going to put the Connecticut site. Help.uber.com. Cool. So yeah, one question came in, how do we get changes made to improve the app? Well, we are constantly working, or the team, is always constantly working on improving the application, and we do want your feedback. So any account questions or improvements that you think you have, just send them through the app. Go to your account, go to the help option, and you can go to account and you can say you have another account issue or question, and you can give suggestions, and we're always taking suggestions. Okay, so for school pickup trips, customers should be able to press a button for a round trip ride. Well, it can be made round trip as long as that you can change the destination multiple times on a trip. Okay, yeah, Paul, please send that in. Yep, that'd be great. But you can make a round trip as long as you put in the first destination and then put in the second destination. But thank you for that. We'll take that into consideration, and please, yeah, send that in. So any questions that we did not cover? All right, so please, stay for a few more minutes. I see where there's 2 of us left. Does anyone want to put a question into the chat room? I'll be happy to answer it. So I just want to thank you guys again for tuning in. We'll be doing these once a week, Fridays, 4:30 to about 5-ish. But if you guys have any questions, please send them in now, and I'll be happy to answer. Yep. All right. So if that's going to be it for questions, thank you again for tuning in. If you want to check back in next week, I can answer any questions as well. 4:30, same time. But thank you guys. Hit the road. This weekend should be busy. Best of luck. And check in with us. Keep in touch. Come see us if you need us. All right. See you guys.